All right, all right. I've returned for another video. It's been a while. Uh, I guess I'll tell you about my trip, my whole my first contract as a travel CNA to Fort Collins. 13 weeks. That was long. That was a long trip. I had to go to Fort Collins for a while. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. I can say that definitely wasn't the worst thing in the world. I enjoyed the facility that I was at. It was very small, smaller than I expected it to be, but I definitely enjoyed it being there. The people, it was less residents than I was used to, but that seemed not to have made it a difference in how you work. And the the level of intensity that is in the job, no matter the amount of people that either work there or are residents there. And then nurses were cool. The management was all right. Um, there were a lot of us agency folks that were there. A few of us that I met were from the same agency, which was cool. That helped a lot in the sense of making acquaintances with people, I guess, breaking ice, whatever. First day in, it was I think it was like two of us, three of us. Yeah, it's like three of us. Um, I was with this girl. She was my height, so that was great. In case ever she needs lifts, it helped. Lifting people up and everything like that. That was perfect for me. So I didn't have no problem with that. And then also, she was very good at explaining and going around and this is who this is, this is who this is, stuff like that. So I really enjoyed that a whole lot. You know, I definitely enjoyed. I do enjoy sometimes being at the facility and going through the whole training process again. It helps me to understand who I'm working with, both as a CNA and as a resident, but mostly as a CNA to know how they're going to work moving forward and stuff like that. How good they do showing me around and stuff like that. But the first day was cool. I'm good, but I'm good at also going around and meeting people. So I enjoy doing vitals. So I just went ahead and boom, went did vitals. Felt like that was a really good way to go and meet the residents one on one, talk to them. Hey, how you doing? A lot of them couldn't pronounce my name. It took a while. It took weeks, but it happened. It was fine. It was fine. It was cool. It was a good experience meeting them and then going forward meeting them and the changes that went on. Man, it was stressful though. I tell you that much. It was very stressful. There was only a couple times where there were only two of us. There was only one time that I worked by myself, but only till from it was only like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., which wasn't too bad. I got up when I need to get up. I took care of what I need to take care of, and I just kept moving. You got to keep going. You know what I'm saying? I put my headphone in, put my earbud in, and went to work. And then the lady came in and she, we worked and boom, 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 knocked everybody out, got everybody up, and whatever like that. Took care of business, and the day went smoothly after that. And then this was a different facility because I was not. See, the facility that I work at in Colorado Springs, I was sitting here like, I ain't gonna say I kind of expected it to be a little bit the same, but I did because I wasn't used to having to bring my own food. I ain't gonna lie to you, I wasn't used to bringing my own food. And at my job in Colorado Springs, if you have leftovers, they were like, yeah, if you want some, come get some. We got some in the kitchen. If you want some, go get some. Boom, boom, couple dollars. Cool, whatever. We eat. But for one of her calls, I'm like, man, we can't even get a plate. But towards the end, it started getting better. Started changing where they had more food that was leaving out, whatever like that, I guess. So that was cool. That wasn't the worst thing in the world. And then also, the nurses. The nurses were all right. They were cool. For me, I don't really talk to the nurses whenever I work unless they need me for something. They'll come talk to me, but I just go to work and do my thing. That was more so when I worked in Wyoming, though. I've gotten a little bit more social, it seems, since moving to Colorado, and I've become more verbal with the nurses, like personally and professionally asking them, you know, when they became nurses, their inspiration, their family, and their education, stuff like that. I just kind of get to know them. So I started to do that more when I moved to Colorado, because these nurses are a little bit more friendly out here. I ain't gonna lie to you, these nurses are a little more friendly out here. But they were all cool. They were all real cool, very helpful in some cases. Very helpful, willing to usually work. They wanted to, but it was cool. I'm one of those people that I don't rely on nurses, even though a lot of nurses are always like, if you need me, anything, come let me know. I'll come help you. Of course, I'll say about 60% of the time is I'll give you that. It's true. They'll come help you. They'll come for you and help you out. 40% of the time they chilling. See that 40% of the time they are chilling. They're doing their own thing. Working usually I say 20% of that time is they on computer typing up some stuff. 20% of on their phone chilling. Not answering calls. But it's okay. You progress and we work forward. That was cool though. It was great. Everyone's real friendly. Everyone seemed to like me within the first couple weeks. I don't know if it was my hard work or just me just hi hello to everybody and whatever like that. And people just took interest in me, and that went very well. That always helps when people take interest to you and like you off the bat, because not even off the bat, but like sooner than later, I should say, because I wouldn't say you want to make friends, but you want to make sure you're on good standings with the nurses and other CNAs. So when you need something and they need something, you can rely on each other to get stuff done together. Because I feel like a lot of CNAs forget that this is a team. This is a team. We have to work as a team. We have to work as one. If we don't work as one, then we'll fail. In this field, I've come to the understanding that honestly, you're as strong as your weakest link. Honestly, that's just true. It's like that in basketball. It's like that as a CNA. If there's three of y'all and one person really just not really holding up their end, then it don't work so well. I promise you that it doesn't work so well. Two out of three in the facility of 60, 70, whatever, it's a lot. It takes a lot. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village. If you got good nurses, then you can rely on your nurses sometimes to get stuff done with you. But it's tough. But you're as a CNA, you're as strong as your weakest link. But if it's two of you, you gotta really bring it. You gotta really bring it to the craft. I'm not gonna lie to you, as a CNA, you gotta really bring it. You gotta bring. If you're at two people, and you got a bunch of residents that you gotta take care of in a certain amount of time, you gotta bring it. Talking. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It's fun. I actually enjoy it. It's a challenge. Thing I always tell people is it's unexpected. It does its own thing as a CNA, because for one, you're working with people. You never know old people at that. People in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, 90s. I've gotten a few who are in their hundreds. You working with people. You have to be able to adapt and be able to listen to them. It's not about how you feel about them. It's about how they need to be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that a lot being at that facility. I met a lot of good residents. They were real cool people. I met a lot of interesting residents for sure. Man, I'm telling you, these residents, they're cool. They're real cool. A lot of them are real cool. You just got to talk to them. And it's always nice to get a group of CNAs who are willing to sit down and listen to residents with you, or even on their own. Whenever I have to train a new CNA
CNA coming in,
I always make sure that I kind of go
kind of
into
go
more
into
detail
more
about
detail
the
about the
resident's
residents'
personality and how
personality
they
and
are
how they are
as a resident
as
and
a
as a
resident and
person,
as a person,
how you
how you
can get along
can
with
get
them
along
more
with
so
them
than
more
how
so than
they can
how
piss
they
you
can
off. You
piss
know what
you
I'm saying?
off.
And they
You know what
will
I'm
piss
saying?
you
They
off,
will
but
piss
that's
you
not
off,
the
but that's
important
not the
part. The
important
important
part. The
part
important
is
part is how you
how you
get
get along with them.
them.
You know
You
how
know what I'm
y'all
saying? How
relate,
y'all relate,
learning about them.
You know.
So there was a lot of
There
that.
was
There
a
was
lot
a
of that.
lot
There
of
was
good
a
days and
lot of
bad
good days and
days,
bad
a lot of
days,
tough
a lot of
days.
tough days.
Worked in the Alzheimer's and dementia resident. Like memory care. I was called memory care. I worked in the memory care unit, and that was interesting.
That was interesting.
I met a lot of interesting residents. A lot of them had a lot of really good stories. A lot of them
a lot of them
were super nice. A lot of them were really nice. Real sweet ladies. Love to laugh. Willing to joke with you. A lot of them, I know a lot of misconception is for those who don't really come across people with dementia, Alzheimer's. I know a lot of misconceptions. There are days to confuse, but they kick in when they lock into what you're talking about. They'll conversate with you. They'll be like, oh yeah, this and that. Asking about their life. They'll tell you about it. What you think of marriage? What you think of marriage? Work? What you think of it? Yeah, they'll talk to you. They'll talk to you. I think that's the fun part of it. Really, when they let you talk to them and pick their brain. My dad always tells me the old people are the ones you should talk to the most because they have the most knowledge. It's so true because you sit there and you listen to what they've been through, but you gotta also realize when they were our age, times were different. Times were for some easier, for some they had to make a way in the strongest way they could. And a lot of them were able to do that. It's impressive. Honestly, it's very impressive. And I think that you just take lessons from them. You always listen. You take lessons from them. That's the biggest school you can get is when you listen to people who've been through it and know what they talking about. Especially when we talk to multiple. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool. It was intense. It was a good facility. I'll say that for sure. A lot of complainers. A lot of complainers. A lot of people who complain. A lot of people who. I met a lot of. I think going to this facility and meeting these CNAs really changed my viewpoint a little bit more about the different types of CNAs that you run into as a CNA. The ones who appear to really do the work and do the job, but when you really talk to them about how they do the work and do the job, it's not for those I don't know, for me, I'm really by the book mentally in a sense. Like certain things I don't know. I think definitely about how being a CNA more simpler way, I guess. Some people make it harder for themselves by putting too much of their own personality into being a CNA. Being a CNA is a role you play. It's outside of yourself. You are a nursing assistant. You gotta step into a different mindset. I feel like, and you gotta be able to do that with these residents. And some people aren't able to do that. But it's okay. We all live and learn. And I learned a lot about these folks, and they were real nice. Some of them real cool. I got along with some of them. I remember this woman. I walked in that day. One day it was like probably my Friday. And I had 5 days off. And I went into work. I was late. I was so late, like 40 minutes late. And it was this other lady back there with me, the other CNA, a little older than me. And then a nurse, much older than us. She had for her dog on top of this file cabinet. I didn't realize it was for her dogs. She didn't tell nobody. It is what it is. I didn't care. I just wanted to know why it was there. And I found out it was because it was for a dog, and I threw it away by that time. I found out, and so I came and got it, gave it back to her. She thanked me. She was like, okay, thank you. She was having a fit, but me, my personality, I'm like, look, bro, do you want it or not? I go get it. We got to do all this fussing and fighting. The other CNA comes back. She's fussing and fighting with the lady. Goes against the DON. then DOA comes back there. I go dip for a second, throw some trash away, throw some stuff in the laundry chute.
And they get
into it. But it wasn't nothing. It was resolved by the time I got back, which is excellent because
that means we can move forward.
With the day. But then the next nurse comes in at like 7:30,
and
bad nurse
just talks too much.
I was
like, she
gave me some yoga stuff, but she talks too much.
And I was like,
bro, why did you ask this already pissed off CNA?
Why did you ask this already pissed off CNA?
What are you doing here? Why does it matter?
It's two of us,
which is easier for me.
Shoot, I'm already
hurting at the hip. I already pulled the muscle, so like, easier for me.
Actually, I think that was.
No, actually, I think that was probably that wasn't the day I pulled my muscle.
No, that was the day after.
No, that was the day after. Anyways.
And then the already
pissed off CNA going,
oh, I'm leaving anyway.
Why?
Where are you going?
Why? Where are you going? Oh, I have a family emergency. No, you don't. You left because you wanted to leave. And left me by myself, and that shit pissed me off.
But I got through the day, and
I busted out, and it was.
It was easy, I guess.
I just went through my normal, gave showers, whatever, fed, kept people where they need to be. It was a tough day, but a good day, I guess. No one fell, so that was fine.
And then, you know, my car got stolen when
I was up there. It was so crazy. My car got stolen. It was like damn near in the middle of the damn contract. And I was warming my car up at 5:30 in the morning, and somebody came and popped off with that John. I was like, whoa.
And that boy was gone.
Before I knew it.
Of course, I did
a police report,
and
did all that. So that's done. So I'm just waiting, but I have to call them or whatever.
That was a lot.
That was a lot.
But I was going
thrifting and Goodwill shopping a lot too.
I got really into that.
I loved it. I
was
always against going like Goodwill and
thrift.
But then I was like, let me go to Goodwill because there might be some good stuff there. So I went one time and I was like, okay.
I looked and went to
a thrift and like
I went to a thrift store.
And like.
What was it, Loveland?
I went into it, but I went and looked around. They were pretty empty, so it really discouraged me on going to thrift stores.
I was like, you know what?
I ended up going to Brighton one time, and I went to a thrift store there, and I got hella good stuff. I got some really good stuff. Threw it in the washer. Washed it. Done.
But that was fun.
I love thrifting now. I probably go like every week. Truth be told, it's been like
most I spend like
one. Most I spend like $150 there. Least I spend is like 110, 109.
Yeah,
no.
110.
Yeah, 110.
No, I can't say that because
I actually end up getting some ties, like $20 worth of ties. So it's like 140. So that's not the lowest. But I think Goodwill. Goodwill's probably where I spent like 109, 100 or 99, one or the other. So that was good. That was a good day.
But yeah. I enjoyed that
going thrifting, being up in the northern area, being at CSU. I met this dude when we were at work. He was a cool dude.
He's from like South Africa.
He's from like South Africa. Real cool dude. He was telling me he was studying. I forgot what the hell he told me he was studying. It's like I didn't even listen. But he told me he was in school paying off student debt. When he was done paying off his student debt, he was gonna go back and go back home.
Cool, that's great.
So I was like, cool, that's great. That's really good. He's working as a dishwasher. He had like 3 jobs. I was like, man, that's impressive. I had 3 jobs at one time, and
yeah, it was a lot. It
was a lot. It was a lot of together. You gotta make it all mesh. And then he ended up quitting because they kind of like effed over his friend. With the pay rate. They told him it was a different pay rate. Then he had initially told his friend, so he was like, "Nah, I can't work with them. They gonna F off my friend." So I was like, "I feel that. You gotta do what you gotta do. Stay loyal to your boy." So he did that. That was good. But he's a cool dude, great guy.
He had crashed his car.
Messed his tire up. It was so sick. Like
the snow out here is brutal.
Drive safe. Anyways.
It was cool though.
It was cool.
The time up there was really nice.
The time up there was really nice. The travel back. So I did end up coming back here to Colorado Springs from Fort Collins for my birthday, and that was really nice.
It was 5 days off.
It was 5 days off, so I would just chill. What did I do? I went to go see the new Batman movie, 2022. Boom, boom, that was great. I actually really enjoyed it more than I thought I would. So that was really nice. What else did I do? I went to Steel P&P downtown of Colorado Springs.
I love the pizza. You get to create your own.
You get to create your own. I put what I put on mine.
Chicken is jerk chicken.
Chicken is jerk chicken. I think they have jerk chicken. And then I usually put pepperoni and then some beef on it.
I give me a
side of ranch and a side of barbecue sauce because we need that. Also,
what do I do? What do I do? So the travel back is from moving all the way back.
I had all those clothes with me, so I had to pack all that shit up tight. It was ridiculous. It was really ridiculous, but it was worth it.
I had like 4 bags.
I had like 4 bags. You had to buy a new suitcase the day of the checkout of the hotel.
I bought the perfect size.
I bought the perfect size in a sense, I guess, because I had to pack that boy to the brim. It was so. I was laying on top of it, trying to stuff it down, trying to
lay on top of it and push it,
zip it up, man. I was so happy I got that boy home before it busted open. It didn't bust open at all, but still.
Anyways. I was able to wash all my stuff.
I would love seeing all the ties that I bought. I bought so many ties. I'm going to have to show y'all. I bought so many ties.
I don't even know what I'm wearing for it.
And I don't even know what I'm wearing for it, but I told myself like years ago that I want to get to the point in life where I only wear suits. That would be really nice. Anyways.
So
the day of, it was so hard to get back. Like I couldn't even get a lift at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Granted, my bus leaves like it wasn't supposed to leave till 5, but I got there at a certain time where it left actually like 3 something to get to go to Denver. So I was like, fucking. And so
I couldn't get a lift.
I couldn't get a lift. Couldn't get an Uber.
So I had to call Z-Trip.
So I had to call Z-Trip.
Shout out to Z-Trip. They got me through.
Shout out to Z-Trip. They got me through.
I ran into this lady, my Z-Trip
driver. She was really nice. Very sweet lady. We talked about a lot. I promise you it was probably the first time in a long time that I had a really truthful conversation about the LGBTQ plus community. Yeah, it was really
just freeing and opening. It was really nice.
It was really nice. I enjoyed
it.
But that was nice.
Older lady.
Real
cool, real down to earth.
Real down to earth. I think.
Got me there safely, helped me out.
Helped me out. So that was cool. Give her a nice little tip.
For being a good driver.
And having a great conversation in a clean car.
I waited at the damn bus stop.
Itself for like
3 hours, 2 hours.
3 hours, 2 hours.
I got there like maybe 12:50 something.
12:50 something.
It was like 3:40.
Yeah, it was like 3:40, about 3:50, maybe closer to 4 o'clock by the time the bus got back.
So I got
around. I think I might have got
picked up early.
But in the meantime, I'm sitting there. I'm talking to one homeless dude and another homeless dude. And it was interesting because one was 50. I don't know how old the other dude was. One was 50. He was the cool guy I was talking to. He only passed time by. And I'm shutting my laptop and just putting that boy away. Talk to the old dude. And
the other dude was over there like in the
cut doing meth.
Yeah, the hoodie over his head.
The hoodie over his head trying to scrape the meth. Yeah, he was trying to do that.
Old dude though, he just told me
about his life. He told me about what he'd been through, things he'd done.
His life,
his daughter, how his daughter's homeless like he is, She stole $200 from him. It was so messed up. I felt so bad for the dude. He was talking about how gang members somewhere in Springs
mess with him sometimes.
He doesn't go. Sometimes he gets scared to go in certain areas. Told me he lost the phone because of it, which is very important if you're homeless. I feel. But
he was a cool dude.
He was opened up to me and he was crying and whatnot like that. It was just interesting to have a conversation with the guy, talking to him. So that was nice. And
talk to him, but he basically traveled
talk to him. But he basically traveled to the springs with me. Honestly, he got on the same bus with me
Denver,
to Denver.
he waited by the door.
He waited by the door. He had his bike. I waited
until the other bus came.
Until the other bus came.
He hopped on the bus with me.
He hopped on the bus with me. You know, because he was going to the springs anyways. We rode to the springs downtown and
dab out.
Hey,
you know, peace. Be
dab
safe.
out. You know, peace. Be safe.
Do your thing.
Do your thing.
Cool. The Lyft driver I had was just an interesting
lady from Missouri. Just an interesting lady.
She told me
about how she ended up in Colorado,
specifically
Colorado Springs. She was tired of Missouri, the treatment of African Americans and gay people. She got tired of seeing that, so she decided to leave. And she helped another friend of hers who was also African American and gay. She helped him move, so that was really impressive to me. I think that was really helpful, really nice, and really sweet. You know, you meet people who do that to help people out, so that was really nice of her to do that.
And so got home fairly decent time.
Fairly decent time, and man, I just took my stuff down, started throwing stuff in the wash. I got to clean my room back up, but it was an interesting
long trip. I expected that.
I expected that. I mean, I really wanted to take a lift all the way, but I was like, you know what? I need my rent money.
I was like, I'm gonna chill.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna chill.
And it was cool.
And it was cool. The night was well. I stayed up till like 1, 2 in the morning. No, probably like 2 in the morning. Doing laundry, folding stuff, filling my closet up. I gotta rearrange it now. But it was good.
Can't wait for my next contract. It should be the first.
Can't wait for my next contract. It should be the first. So I'm gonna have to stick with y'all through that. I'm gonna have to stick with y'all. Y'all gonna have to. We're gonna do weekly updates, some shit like that. Because this next contract is gonna be here in the spring.
That'll be fun.
That'll be fun. So we're gonna do that, and I'll tell you how that goes. Till then.